Hello, hello. Welcome to Unboxing Alyss, YouTube channel with the purple fox that unboxes things. I'm Alistair Frost, and today we are getting back into Fursona Pins. So this is Fursona Pins from 2024, like their Patreon. We're gonna start that we're gonna start that today, and the theme that year was aesthetics. So for January we have Dark Literature, I think, and for February we have Cottagecore. And I did like a 5-minute Google search of both of those. Actually, Cottagecore, I kind of knew what it was because there is a YouTube channel called The Take that I used to watch a lot, and they did cover Cottagecore in one of their videos. So I had a vague idea of what that is. Dark literature, I have no idea what that is. But apparently, and we'll start with that. I think it's January. But dark literature kind of has like a Gothic look to it, and it celebrates like literature and the arts and like higher education. That's what I got from Wikipedia. So a lot of Gothic themes, a lot of I think Victorian aesthetics, the old fashioned like school uniforms, stuff like that. So that's what we should be seeing in these pins. Bloop. Pretty sure there's nothing else in here. No. Okay. So we're in Ziploc baggies. Nope. Pretty sure I can't open Ziploc baggies with my paws, so no. Without my paws, apparently. Wow, these are okay. Ziploc baggies have the strength of Thor. Good Lord. Okay, dump these out carefully so they don't go flying everywhere. That's a bag. So we'll start with definitely a fox. Just kind of standing around, chilling, reading. Can't tell if they're walking or like leaning up against something, but like a lot of checkery patterns on their clothes. And they're just very engrossed in a book. So we got literate fox. That sounds mean. Fox reading. There we go. That's better. And after that, we've got just fox wolf. Can't tell. Some kind of maybe canine, though foxes aren't canines. But they're sitting with some coffee. Just they kind of have like a perturbed look on their face, like why am I doing this? But they do have a book or something in front of them. So yeah, just sitting in like an old-fashioned chair, a table next to them. So that's perturbed fox wolf because I don't really know what that is. Hopefully we have more than like foxes and wolves. I actually saw the movie Goat last Wednesday, earlier this week, and a YouTuber actually pointed out there were like no foxes or wolves in that movie, which considering it's a anthropomorphic animal themed movie, that's very rare. Those are usually all over the place. The closest we got was like a side character who was an art wolf, actually, and those were closer to hyenas than wolves or foxes. It seems like we got a lot of foxes and wolves in this. But I've only seen like 2 things, so let's see what else we got. Another wolf or fox, whatever. Also, just kind of strolling along reading. So this has got to be the like the exclusives. They're a lighter color though. I don't think I like the color of the clothes. There's a lot of natural like browns and blacks and grays. Black I really do like. I wear a lot of black clothes. Black and gray I can see together. Brown I'm not a huge fan of. In part because I don't wear it because I am brown. So, it will look like I'm nude if I wear a lot of brown clothing. But here is this, I guess, white fox wolf. Also strolling and reading a book. These are all foxes and wolves. That's really disappointing, honestly. I get you can't have a ton of variety with maybe the aesthetic, but I do wish we had more species. I don't know why it's just foxes and wolves. Though this might also be the exclusive. Just strolling reading a book. So yeah, it's probably the last exclusive. I think I like the colors of this one better, though I like the white on a fox wolf of the last one. But I like the colors of the clothes in this one better too. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we're losing a pin. I thought we got extra pins. I don't know. I've got 7 pins for super, and I don't think anything's fallen. If it has, I'll post it in edits. But I don't think anything's fallen. I haven't felt anything. Oh, you're a crane. Okay. Finally something that's not a fox or a wolf. But they're kind of standing, I think their like foot is holding a pen, like a quill pen, and they're kind of like in an office. And there's a window behind them. But yeah, it's a black crane dressed all Victorian and fancy. I think those are wing arms. I think so, or just floppy sleeves. I'm not. It would make more sense if they were like wing arms. So I'm gonna go wing arms. So, but I do like the crane because it's not a fox or a wolf, and the coloration's pretty decent. And that might be it. I don't know why I'm only getting 5. For the one of my other later ones that I've unboxed, I think last year, I was missing a pin, actually. It was just way too late to ask for it back. I will see what happens with February. Maybe they went down to 5 pins. I'm not sure. That's where we got 7 before. And I think Ultimate got like 8 or 9, like 8 big regular pins and then like a middle mini pin. So, but here are stickers. We're getting 2 stickers. It's not great. Sorry. So it's just the dude strolling. And for the other sticker, we have the other dude strolling. So, yeah. And that's it for January. I honestly just, again, disappointed because there isn't a lot of variation in the species. Though the atmosphere itself looks fun. They capture the aesthetic really well. But I just wish there was a lot more variation in species. With the exclusives, even then, actually, I've seen exclusive with 2 different species. And then, there's the variants are a color change of one of those 2 species. So, yeah, I'm mad that the crane is the only non-fox wolf that we got. But that was January. So let's go into February, which is, again, Cottagecore. And Cottagecore, it kind of, and all of these things you can also Google, so keep that in mind. But with Cottagecore, it's kind of going back into like rural areas. Kind of, this is all romanticizing different like areas or different aesthetics or different time periods. So with Cottagecore, you're kind of romanticizing like the rural life, being away from the big cities, doing a lot of things by hand. I think it's where like all the bread baking that people were doing during COVID. I mean, people were bored, but also a lot of people were like bread baking would be one thing, and then just getting back into like nature, having like a family farm, living like a smaller house, like a cottage, and Cottagecore. So that's kind of what that aesthetic's about. So it's essentially the opposite of what we just saw, where everything is Victorian and dark and in these big, high like towers or castles or academic centers or whatever it may be. This is going to be out in the fresh air and with like wide open spaces, and maybe similar in, well, probably not similar in color because a lot of black, brown, and gray with the dark academia. But with Cottagecore, you're going to get a lot of like the greens and the nature colors, but nature can be all kinds of colors. So I'm expecting to see more color in this one, and hopefully more variation in species. Can't open this. Ugh. Sai, why'd you do this to me? There we go. So I'm gonna put these down, and these go together. Before I put my paw back on, I'm counting, and I'm just seeing 5. So maybe we only have 5 pins now. I don't know why that happened. I'm pretty sure the tier is the same price. And I know I'm pretty sure we got 2 stickers before. Maybe we only got 1 sticker when we had the 7 pins, but I would rather have more pins than stickers. So, whoops, stuck in my hand. We already have a deer. With baking a pie, they have that country home with like the pans hanging down off like the, not the ceiling, but like the walls or whatever. But she's she's like on her knees and just doing like this. I don't know if she's like praying to I don't know, pony god or something. But yeah, this is basically going to be the Cottagecore. But she's making a lovely pie that I'm sure tastes delicious. God, I want pie. I haven't eaten yet. I had a banana before my blood donation this morning. That is not enough food. Already I'm liking this more. I'm weird on colors. It has a lot of more pastel-y colors, which I normally don't like, but I don't know. I'm just liking the deer. The deer. Whoops. Also upside down. All sorts of ways. Oh, what are you? I think a sheep. I'm gonna go with a sheep. They're outside watering their garden, and they have kind of like a garden archway, like green archway thingy going on. They're holding like a little dang it, not flower pot. Oh my gosh, watering can, and they look very happy. But yeah, I also like their dress and their little bonnet. There's a sheep watering their cottagecore garden. Oops. I can't lift anything. Oh my god. Now here, rabbits. A lot of plaid in the pants, just a plain white shirt, and a jaunty little hat, or a hat at a jaunty angle. I can't tell if they're holding it. Oh, it was carrots. I thought they was a sandwich. Like, are they holding like a hoagie or a sub sandwich? No, it's carrots. God, my eyesight's awful. But yeah, holding some carrots. Makes sense they are a rabbit. Rabbit with carrots. Now think about my busted arm when I started doing this video. I still have tennis elbow in this video, in my arm. It's getting better, but I can still feel things. Darn it. Okay, so the bunny has got to be the exclusive, and they're just looking in opposite directions. So you are probably going to see two other bunnies, and they're just holding carrots. I think I like the darker color of that bunny first, or the first bunny. I'm not a fan of plaid though, so I do like this outfit better, and the carrots are just, well, I guess they are two different colors. Like the light and dark is flipped, so the carrots in that are light, and the like the greenery from them is darker, and this is like the opposite. But yeah, so we have another bun. Again, the coloration of the fur is fine. I think I just like the darker color for the first one, but definitely like these clothes better. And of course, another bunny, and very dark, and it has not the plaid, it has like greens. I think I like this one the best. Though, where'd the carrots go? The carrots look very sick. Like they're just super dark. They're like brown. Like I think if you had these brown carrots, you shouldn't eat them. They're the same color as the rabbit, but maybe I don't know carrots, so whatever. But overall, I like this one probably the best, just not the carrot color because it just doesn't look right. And that is it for the Cottagecore pins. These next two stickers, of course, will be the exclusives, which are unfortunately stuck together. There we go. Let's see if I can. Okay, so the plaid one is one of them. That's not my favorite. Plaid. And oops, over there. The second one. So lots of greens. I can grab the other toe. See that. Yay. And that's it for January and February for 2024, the Fursona Pins Patreon. So we've got our dark architecture. Oh my gosh. Our dark literature and our cottagecore, two very, very different aesthetics. I'm liking cottagecore more. I'm usually not into like the softer looks. Just that's me personally. But I do like nature. I do kind of like the aesthetic and what it represents. Just more wide open spaces and more nature and things being a bit simpler. I do kind of like that, though at the same time, I will not lie, I do love technology. I'm using it right now. Well, I love technology when it works. As of right now, my screen on my phone is broken. It's been fixed and it's still broken. So thankfully, my phone has an S Pen, or I could not use my phone. I wouldn't be recording this right now, actually. Recording on a broken phone. But yeah, I do like the overall vibe of cottagecore. When it comes to the dark literature, I like to read, and I like art, and I've been through many years of higher education. I do like dark clothes, so it's just Gothic things aren't really my thing. I do like black clothing. I have so many black t-shirts, but I definitely would like the wide open spaces over just the more kind of claustrophobic encasement of that Gothic style. So yeah, those are my thoughts between both of those. Let me know what yours are in the comments. You guys know the drill. If you like what I do, like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. In the next video, we're coming March and April, which I believe is Fairy Core and Vaporwave. So look forward to those. For now, I'm going to get some food probably. So, yep, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.